the first time we've gotten together here at Forest Hills Baptist Church to tell some Bible stories. You see, the best stories that's ever been written is right here in this. Anybody know what this is? Bible. The best stories that's ever been written are right here because they are true stories. God talked to people and He says, I want you to write these stories down. And the people wrote them down. And so they're true. And these stories help us come to understand and know God and know what God wants us to do in our lives. So if I'm going to tell you a story tonight, what would be the best story to start with? There's so many good stories in the Bible. Well, I tell you what I'll do. Let's just start at the very beginning. All right, we'll go to the very beginning of the Bible, and we'll turn it over to the first page, and we'll see what it says. Now, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad that you wanted to hear the very first story of the Bible. Now, I'm going to set this right over here for a minute because I studied that story and I know that story. Now, everybody, I want you to imagine with me, okay? I want you to take your imagination hats. Does everybody bring your imagination hat? All right, here, get one. All right, now get your imagination hat and I want you to put it on your head. Tighten it down. All right, now let's use our imaginations. Let's go back, way back in time. A long time ago. A long time ago, there was a time when there was nothing anywhere. I mean, nothing anywhere except God. And it was dark. And just God's there. There was nothing else. Just darkness. Have you ever been in a really dark room? Yeah, it was really dark. And you're trying to feel your way around because you can't see anything? Well, it was dark everywhere.
Once I was walking in my room, and I saw the door. I was over there, and I saw the door, and then someone locked the door.
Oh, you did?
I couldn't get out, and then locked it.
Oh, that would be scary to be locked in a dark place like that.
And then Bobby told me down and went to my door and opened it.
Oh, that was so good. Well, let's go back to our imaginations now. It's dark, and there's nothing but God. And then God decides He's going to show what He's like. Now, He's going to have some folks to show what He's like to. So God says, here's what I'm going to do. He steps out into darkness, and there is nothing. And God says, let there be light. Wow! And there was light. Now the question is, where did that light come from? That's a good question. Here's the answer to the question. God is so special. And He is so pure. And He does everything so right. Did you know that God has a light that can shine out from Him? You know what that light is called? It's called His glory. Can everybody say glory? Glory! And His glory is so bright. And everywhere there was this light. Because God said, let there be light. And there's light. Then God said, okay, now it can be dark. The lights got dimmer. And that was the first day when God started making things. When God created things. First day, what did He create? First day He said what?
Let there be light.
Let there be light, and there was light. So that was the first day. Then on the second day, here's what God did. God now stepped out, the light was there, and He said, let there be water. And now water appeared. Lots of water. And God said, I want to divide the water. So He took some of the water and He put it up here in the sky. And then He took some of the water and just let it stay down here. So He separated the waters. And the water that's in the sky, do you know what it's called? white puffy things in the sky? It's water that's up there in the sky. So we have water in the sky, and we have water down here. That was day 2. Now, so what did God make on day 1? What did He say? Light! He made the light. And He separated the light, and He made some light and some dark, so now we have a daytime and nighttime. And now He makes the water, and there's water where? Where was the water? Up in the sky and then down here. So that was day 2. Now we come to day 3. God steps out to what He's been making. And there's water in the clouds up here. And there's water down here everywhere. And God says, let there be dry ground. And so some of the water went whoosh, and made a beach. Y'all ever been to the beach? Yeah. And the water came so far, and then there was a wave, and then it stopped. And there was dry land. So God made the land on what day? Day 3. Now, He made the land, but then He says there needs to be something on the land. So God says, So God says, let there be. You know what that is? Gotta use your imagination. It's got green things on it. Tree. God made the trees, and He put beautiful trees everywhere. He made pine trees, and He made oak trees, and He made elm trees, and He made all these beautiful trees. And then He also made. Yeah, that's the branches. That's the branches. All right. And then He made these things. Let's see. Let's turn around so the camera can see. All right. Well, what do you think that is? Flowers. Very good. What kind of flower does she look like? A rose. Very good. Yeah, I think she kind of looks like a rose too. So God made the trees, and God made what else? All the flowers, and He made the grass and all the stuff you see, and then He also made some. What kind of tree does this look like? Let me see. It's got some stuff growing on it. It's nice and red. Oh, apples! He made apples. And this is over here. That kind of looks. It's another color. It looks kind of orange. And it's round. What is it? Mango. You think that? Mango or orange. God made all the fruits. Do you like fruit? You like grapes? And oranges? What's your favorite fruit? You know what else God made besides the fruit? Blueberries. I love blueberries too. All right. You know what else God made on that day? He made vegetables. Yeah. He made green beans. And He made peas. And He made okra. You like okra? I don't think that was a very good thing God made, but He made the okra, and He made onions, and He made all those wonderful. So on that, which day, we're talking about day 3, He made the trees, and He made the flowers, and He made the fruits, and He made the vegetables. And that was day 3. Thank you, tree and flower. You can be seated. All right, let's give them a hand. They did a good job with the tree and flower. All right, now we come to day 4. Day 4. On day 4, God says, all right, I'm going to bring my glory back. So if He brings His glory back, it's going to be dark. And He says, I don't want people to be in darkness. Would y'all like to always be in darkness? No, I would like to be in darkness too. So here's what God did. No, so here's what God did. He said, let there be a sun. And there was a sun up in the sky. And He says, I'm going to let the sun be in charge of the daytime. And then he says, I need a little bit of light, but I don't want a really big bright light like the sun. So when it gets dark, I want to give him a little bit of light. So over here, I'm going to put the moon. You're right. Yes, that's exactly what he did. He put the moon right over there. And he says, I'm going to give the moon, but I'm also going to give some little tiny lights. It's going to be all over the sky, all around it. What? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, stars. Stars are all over out there in the sky. So God made the sun, the moon, and the stars on day 4. And what did he make day 1? Light. On day 2, he made the waters, and he separated the waters. Day 3, he made the trees and flowers. Yeah, the land and the trees. Very good. I forgot about the land. He made the land, the trees, the flowers, and the beach, and he made the fruits and the veggies. On day 4, he made the sun, the moon, and the stars. That takes us to day 5. Now on day 5, God says, now I've got this stuff on the land. I've got some trees and flowers and fruits and vegetables. But man, I've got all this water out there. Got all the water out there. So, I need somebody to help me. And so he made this. What is this? What does it look like? A fish! Yes, that's right. He made all the fishies in the sea. He made the little striped fishies, and he made the blue fishies, and he made the red fishies, and he made something else. Let's see what else did he make. Okay, you can help me? Let's see. What can you do to me then? Just go, open your mouth real wide. Ah! Look at all those teeth. Look at all those teeth. And so now he made the sharks, and he made the fish, and he made the whales, and he made the turtles, and he made the dolphins. Do you like dolphins? You love dolphins. He made all the stuff that's in the sea on day, what day? Day 5. He made all the stuff that's in all the oceans. He made the starfish. He made the jellyfish. He made everything that's in the waters. Then, hang on. Then he comes to day 6. Day 6. Day 6 is a big day. Day 6 is an important day because he decided to make some other stuff on the land. And so, who else wants to help me? Somebody want to help me? Okay, your name is Tyler. Everybody say, hey, Tyler. All right, Tyler, say, hey, everybody. All right, now, Tyler, here's what I need you to do. So God made this. That's the oddest looking one of those I've ever seen. What does it look like?
A donkey.
A donkey. What does this animal say? What does this say? It says, what is that? A bull. Yeah, he made a bull. And he made some cows. That was an odd bull. I don't want to ride that thing. All right. So, he made that. Now, what else did he make? What else did he make? I need somebody to help me. Okay, you gonna help me? A horse, very good. He made the horses. Isn't that pretty horsey? That is a beautiful horsey. He made the horses. He made all the animals. See, there's another little animal. I need another little animal. So I'm going to be an animal for you. Come on over here. And your name is?
Bridger.
Bridger. Everybody say, hey, Bridger.
Hello.
Okay, everybody say, hey, Bridger.
Hey, Bridger.
All right, Bridger, say, hey, everybody. Okay, here's what I need you to do. Let's come over here so they'll hear us. There you go. That was an easy He made one that was real tall. Had a long neck. What was it? Giraffe. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. And what else did he make? He made this thing with... Oh, kangaroos. There you go. And what else did he make? What else did he make? He made a zebra. He made a horse with pajamas. A zebra. Okay? He made a horse with pajamas. And he made all of those animals. Wow. There's a lot of stuff out there on day 6. Then, yes. All right. Turn it. Alright, there we go. Then, God decided, after he made all the animals, he says, now, I'm going to make something very, very special. It's the only thing that I create that can know me and can be my friend. And we can have a relationship with each other. So God went down to the earth that he had made, that dry ground, and he found a big pile of dirt. He found a big pile of dirt. And he said, well, it's not very much. It's dirt. So he said, God took his own hands and he went over to some dirt and he shaped a face and he put eyes and a nose and a mouth and some ears and he made all of this and he made these big feet down here and he gave him feet and then he said, I'm going to give it hands. Until God shaped and made his hands just the way he wanted them. And then God stepped back and he says, well, it looks good, but it just lays there. It don't do nothing. So here's what God did. God went over to this thing that he had made and he breathed into its nose. And he gave it life. So, that which he created was a man.
Human.
A man. And he looked at it and he says, that looks good. That looks good. And he named him, what was it? Bob. I think I'll name him Bob. Now, I think I will name him Jerry. I think I'll name him, no, that don't look like Jerry. Adam, that's right. He named him Adam. And he made the first man on day 6. So, day 1, what did God create?
Life.
He made life. Day 2, he made water. He separated the water. Day 3, he made
Life. Trees. Flowers.
Day 3, I gotta make sure I remember myself. Yeah, he made not the water, but the beach, the land. And then he made the trees and the plants and the flowers. Day 4, what did he make?
And the beach.
Day 4, he made the sun, moon, and the stars. Day 5, what did he make?
Shark.
The fishies and all the stuff from the sea. Day 6, what did he make? The animals and
Humans.
Adam. But he wasn't finished. He was saving the best thing that he made for the last thing. And we're going to learn about that next week. The very best thing God made in all of creation, he saved for last. So, here's what I want you to know. Where did everything around us come from? God made them. Did God make the mountains? He make the rivers?
Yes.
Did He make the oceans?
Yes.
Did He make the fishies?
Yes.
Did He make the animals?
Yes.
Did He make Adam?
Yes.
What did He make Adam from? Dirt. And remember, He made him special. He breathed into him the breath of life and gave him a spirit. Spirit. And we're going to talk about how important the spirit is a little later. Right now, I want to thank all of you for helping me. Let's give everybody a hand. Thank God. Give everybody a hand. All right. Now, let's pray. Father, we thank you for our time together tonight. I thank you for all the boys and girls and the youth that helped us tonight. And I pray that you will help them to always remember the rest of their lives that you are the one who has created everything that there is so that we can see what you're like. Help us in the days ahead to come to understand you and know you even better. And I pray that you will bless each boy and girl and their families that are here. This I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.